No
I was born in
way.
1940.
So, by the way,
Yeah.
beautiful, beautiful friends and fans who are listening to the episode, we have today, of course, Jaimini, romantic name, and it's this is a Byron icon and my dancing partner as well. Whenever we meet on this one on a dance floor, we would dance,
Natural.
and of course, you would have seen Jaimini's amazing artworks because he was building lots, like different series of huts across Belongil side of the beach, and it turned into a meditation sanctuary for so many people for over decades. And unfortunately, because of the beach erosion and natural erosion, it's been kind of impossible to always recreate a new one. And so all these beach huts that you see along Belongil, different versions in
different years, different ones,
yeah, with the meditational candles and
always
crystals.
a picture of teacher, Jesus Christ, Krishna, all these things.
These are the creation. This is the mastermind and the creator behind that. And he's a very familiar figure. How long have you been in Byron, Madhya?
Well, I come out myself, I will say. I passed by Byron Bay on my way to Nimbin for the Aquario Festival in 1973. So I went to Nimbin and I was invited. They offered me land there and so on. But I decided to bring my children grown up in the city because I am a city slicker boy. Myself, I'm from Buenos Aires. So I prefer the education, in the big city, in the provincial part of what New South Wales was at that time. I consider that. So I educate my children then in Sydney, private school and so on. I was working very hard for that sort of a purpose. I'm very happy now. They are very well adjusted Australian citizens, taxpayers, and they experienced many things in their life. I'm very lucky to say that in a couple of weeks' time, maybe 3 weeks' time, in July, my daughter, who is living in Tasmania, one of the twins, and is come to visit me. So that is a very sort of touching moment for me when she came, because I've not seen her for many years. Except when I visited her when her father, her husband died in a very freak accident in the farm. Yeah, that one year ago. Anyway, to answer your question, I myself got bored of the city life in Sydney, and then I came to Byron Bay. And in 1991, so that the time I came to Byron Bay to experience, to explore, to have an adventure of a new life with a participant. At that time, many hippies came at that time too. So obviously, I was one of those. So yeah, to cut the story short, it has been a revelation for me to be in Byron Bay for two reasons. I had a fortune meeting very sort of a important person in my life. One of them is Paul Margolin. Paul Margolin somehow he helped me in the area to set up. Actually, we're working in his property here in Byron Bay. And he wanted to set up a healing center, and I helped him to create something which called, very well known at that time, even up to recently, the sort of Temple Byron.
Temple of Byron.
So Temple Byron was a creation of Paul. Myself was one of the early workers there, and I even lived myself for a while in a container that he did have in the front of the house when we were building the yurt. A yurt, and who imported himself from the frontiers of where they are manufactured in the north of India. And so somehow it was very, very trying time. We created this place, this yurt, Many people come to do a conversation, talk,
Yes.
initiation, and become very powerful place for awakening. My friend Paul is very much into the power of a crystal. He has many crystals all around the earth and so on.
Yes.
And even before building the zen, he did an initiation with Aboriginal people to create a long line of where we could be building the place and so on. So somehow it was very positive, sort of a time in our life to be associated with Aboriginal people, American Indian, and also to the local people who were willing to participate in it.
Yes.
So it was a very beautiful time.
It did bring a lot of people from all over the world.
It brought many speakers.
And
There is a lady called Gangaji. She used to come there, disciple of Mata Amritananda, my Ma, the Hugging Mother. Also, they were doing classes of yoga there.
Yes.
And I myself, I used to do the chanting of the Guru Gita, one of the chants in Sanskrit that we participate, we practice in Siddha Yoga. So that was one of the things that we create a space where there is what we consider evolving as a human being with the participation of spiritual practices. Yeah. So when you learn all these things, and you are on the right track. I stopped drinking at that time, and I stopped many other sort of addiction I have, and I was able to somehow dedicate my life to these activities. Even now, I invite people to the chanting and meditation with the Holy Mother here in Byron Bay. It's one happening on the 20th of June.
Where would this be?
That will be in a place close in the direction to Lennox.
I see.
Yeah, it's a very beautiful place, and actually I should have it here in the phone.
Yes.
And it certainly, it will give you an idea of the Holy Mother, Ama.
And Amma comes directly from India, or does she live here?
Ama have a disciple here,
Right.
and she sent the disciples.
Oh, I see.
This is Ama, and this is in the address that.
Just to let you see,
Yeah.
this is Amma, the guru.
Yeah, my present teacher, my present guru, Ama Amritananda. So to answer your question, where this thing is happening, it's called Tintembar.
Oh, in Tintenbar.
Yeah, Tintembar. I never know how to pronounce that.
Tintenbar.
Tintembar, yeah.
Yes.
Kingbara, Tintembar.
See, the names are so unique here because Baringba, all the bar stuff. It's hard for me to remember, and I get confused. People still struggle to pronounce Mawulumba and Malambimbi.
Yeah, Murgulba. Murmuluba. Very
Malambimbi. I love the French pronunciation Mulumbimbi.
Yeah, Mulumbimbi.
I love it.
The French are crazy.
Yeah.
I have a very good friend, actually, Frenchy,
Yes.
Severine Didier, and she is teaching some French here in Byron too, which I'm very happy to support her.
Yes.
And the husband, because they have a child with maybe 1 year and a half by now, but very with problems in the health of this boy. Yeah.
See.
So I help him there. Anyway, the thing that they driving me, even to leave my country, it had been because I always was for not fighting but supporting the people who are struggling in life, and I was not happy with injustice when there is exploitation of the human being, and there is no interest, in helping society. So when I become a better person, means that I also making a contribution to this world.
Yeah.
And being a better, because there is one crook less.
Yes.
In a sense. And it's a very interesting point, because somehow if we keep totally forgiving or forgetting how societies work, and you join, the same sort of insanity, what is happening in the planet, then we are not making a good contribution. We have the responsibility when we are awake to act accordingly. And that's what I do whenever I have the chance. Even this morning, 4 o'clock, myself, I have in the back of my car a pallet. You might say, why you have a pallet? Because a pallet is the thing I used when I was building to use up in the huts up in Belongil. So 4 o'clock in the morning, I just said, okay, I'm going to take it out from the car and leave it there. So I went up, I drove, 4 o'clock, 4:30 in the morning, and I download the pallet, quite a big pallet. I carry myself.
And they're heavy too.
Yeah, they're quite heavy. And I lift it up to the hill. So now there is our new pallet there waiting for me to bring an umbrella and getting myself to put an umbrella, the pallets, and also to set up again what it was or have been for many years, this hut for people who somehow need respite, tranquility, and so on. They can sit down there and meditate.
Oh, you'll have it again. That's beautiful.
See, this happened this morning.
That's beautiful.
So I still have the muscle. Very little, but still.
Yes. There's not many 80 years old who can lift these heavy pallets.
No, certainly.
Hardwood, they're hardwood. Some of them are really hardwood.
I don't know how I did it, but what happens is because there is a moment in my mind I don't think about it. If I say, it's too heavy, then it becomes too heavy because I think so. So I don't create in my mind the idea that, I can do this.
Yes.
I create the opposite. Yes, I will do it.
Yeah.
And this is why this morning without even thinking about it, because I have been preparing myself for 2 or 3 mornings when I'm going to do it, what I need, what I have to do. So somehow you create in your mind the different aspect of moving, reversing the car near the lane, this unloading. So everything is created in the mind first. You imagine all these things you create. And then one day, boom, you just go and do it.
Yeah, rather than talking yourself about fear, maybe I can't do it, you talk yourself into, this is what I'm going to do.
Yes, exactly.
It's such a great difference.
Totally.
And quite often the first initial thoughts we have are positive thoughts. Then the doubt comes later. And I think most importantly to follow the first thing that comes, the positive.
The ABC is to create in your mind what you want to do and do it mentally, and then do it practically. And then when the result is done, thank you, so good. Give me another coffee.
So that's true. So I celebrate it with simple things by, time to have lunch, time to have coffee. And what was the experience all these decades through having the huts? Did many people ever find out that it was you behind doing these huts at the along the beaches?
Yeah, I have a very good experience. Many people come and they sit down there and say, wow, what is this? Such an energy and so on.
Yes.
And I myself, I had a feeling that because I practice what I preach to myself and I do the practice, then somehow it creates the energy itself. So many people report to me that, oh man, what's going on here? What is this place? And I thought, look, the only thing I do is just chanting in Sanskrit, the mantras, Bhagavad Gita, Guru Gita, Shiva Mahimna, all these things. And so I chant there, and then I meditate for half an hour, and then I jump into the Ganges, because that's what I mean. Any water there is Ganges, the Ganges.
Yes.
So at the moment I'm creating one, because the last one that it was sitting there, the ocean after the cyclone that happened last year, eroded the beach and it took away half of the dune. So the dune disappeared, so disappeared the hut.
Yeah.
So now I'm going to build it up a little bit higher up.
Yeah.
So that's the purpose of this morning, and what I did this morning.
I see.
So this have been over the years and different locations and different shapes.
Yes.
And this is more sort of stable now because I put as a base these pallets, and 4 pallets, I need 4 of them. I create a very nice 3 meter by 3 meter sort of space for people to sit
Oh
down.
wow, that's nice.
Yeah.
And that's the thing that is all natural,
Yeah, of course.
organic materials that you
You're
use.
surrounded there with
Very
the
friendly.
organic material. I put the picture of Jesus Christ or Krishna or Shiva or the gurus,
Candles.
and somehow and people feel the energy and somehow even children. I have picture of children meditating there.
Many, yes.
Very, very young children are meditating. I say, oh God, I tell you one story, that a very true story. One day I was doing chanting there. I don't remember how many years ago, maybe 9 years ago. I was in one of those huts, and then suddenly I seen a lady walking the beach, and she walked, but she then reverse, come back. I mean, start sort of,
See?
and then she tried to walk again, and she couldn't. And something was stopping her, kind of energy or something.
See?
And then she looked up, and then she saw me chanting there. Funny, I have a picture of myself chanting there. Then somebody
Yes.
took a picture of myself. And she said, she came up, and she asked me when I finished the chanting, excuse me, sir, what you're doing, because I couldn't walk. I couldn't pass here. This energy was stopping me. So she, I told her, look, there is a coffee shop, it's called Belongil Beach Huts, the coffee shop. I'll meet you there in half an hour, because I had to finish my meditation there.
See?
And then I went to the shop, and there she was. Her name is Romy Lesen. And Romy and myself began an amazing friendship.
Wow.
She built up an amazing house in Dover Heights, very wealthy house. It have even a lift inside the house. But she is very dedicated yoga teacher at the moment. And she felt the energy, and she said to me that, look, something is happening here, and I want to know who you are. So this started an amazing friendship.
That's wonderful.
So invite me to her house, invite me to the family. One day she came with a boy. I have a boy who was maybe 12 or 14-year-old. I don't remember how old was. And we went to Mount Warning. So I showed her walking at the Mount Warning. And at that time I was jogging up in Mount Warning because I like to move, very
Yes.
sort of. I was very fit at that time. And she somehow came with me and the boy, and they have very beautiful experience. And then we went back to Sydney, and she always invited me to go and to stay to spend time with her. In fact, in 2 weeks' time, before my daughter came in, I might spend maybe 2 or 3 days with her because we miss each other.
See?
We have many things in common in our evolution. She's a very sort of intelligent person. Is a physicist, and she is very much into the biology of the mind and how the mind works, how the body works, and all these things. And she is a very sort of very cultural education.
D'accord.
Yeah. So I'm very happy with her. So I'm very happy with my daughter, who might be coming also in July, and she already rent an apartment because I don't have a house myself till I get the last sort of a move for a permanent housing by the Housing Commission. So when I move, and at the in the middle of July, probably will be having a new place where to live.
See?
Because having living for many years in a caravan park, and it was very unhealthy. And the after raining and so on, all these greens come up, and
See?
how you call it?
Moss, the green moss and molds.
Mold, all the
See.
mold come up very unhealthy for my health.
Yeah.
And thank you, the doctor Anthony Solomon. He gave a big letter saying that that's unhealthy where I'm living, and that this is why the Housing Commission now is providing me a new place
that's
where to
wonderful.
live. So absolutely delighted about it.
I mean, this area is very easily to have people suffer from black molds in their house.
Yeah.
This is very common in this area.
It is. Absolutely, it is.
And it affects the skin. A lot of people suffer from
Yeah,
skin
you
conditions
have a
here.
skin problem,
Respiratory system.
lung
See.
problem, and so on. Yes, it's very, very bad. Yeah.
It's true. It's true.
What else would you like me to to answer you because I'm quite happy to talk to you.
Oh, I'm quite happy to have you. It's not that there's any particular question. It was just beautiful to hear you and share your story with us because I admire you.
Oh, thank you.
I have always admired you
Well, since I met you, I also admire you.
for
Beautiful energy.
Exa-
in dancing.
for the same reason.
We certainly know how to dance.
Definitely. But this is also the thing that when I mean, this is like from way like 20 or so years ago when I first met you, and I remember seeing you on the dance floor, and I thought, he reminds me of myself because he's dancing like it's just the world is just him alone in it, and as though nobody's watching,
looking.
nobody's looking, and even if he knows someone's looking, so what's they gonna do? They're not gonna eat you alive. It's just dance, and that's the thing that when I found myself on a dance floor next to you, there was never a proper introduction, never a formal introduction. We just danced together, and every time we see each other, we would just hug each other, and not even saying how are you or anything, just straight to dancing again.
Need because we are feeling
exactly.
We are feeling each other.
Energy.
Our existential energy. And it's very powerful energy of love, compassion, understanding. There is no sort of a picking up, what are you going to do today?
It's true. No.
We don't know how the weather is. It doesn't matter the weather.
Yeah.
Who cares about the weather? What I care about me?
There's the weather report on the media. You want to see?
I listen to the music.
Yeah, the music is so essential for our friendship, I think, because that was the grounding of our meetings through the music and the dance floor.
And it was so many years ago. I can't believe it.
I still have some pictures. I'm not sure they're somewhere in the archives of my photography years. Pictures of you dancing, and of course, there are other dancing partners we have. There was Premila, and there was you remember Premila?
Yeah.
What's the other? Feather, the other
Feather
one.
too.
Feather, absolutely. They are my
very beautiful. Yeah,
beautiful two other favorites.
Premila was this morning passing by with my friend Robin, walking there in Fandis this morning, only a few hours ago.
Beautiful.
Yeah, absolutely.
Long life, Premila.
And she is still around, and funnily enough, she said, she looked at me and said, "We're still here."
I know. And with good energy, in great health.
Yeah.
And I'm really appreciative of those years because also I would like to have a talk with you. What is the changes in Byron Bay? Because you've been here since the early 90s. So what was the changes that you do you think that so much within the Byron community? And Nimbin Museum got burnt.
Yeah,
that's an
put it this
iconic
way. Nimbin was not the place. Nimbin for me was the place just to visit, be there with my friend, old friend, all original hippies and so on. And but what was important for me is to set up base in Byron Bay. So at that particular time, 1991, I was very fortunate that I rent a house. And the house, the full house, I took over the house in Shirley Street, number 65 Shirley Street.
I see.
And that was the place that Jenny Love was living there. And she was also in their different room, was accepting many other people. But unfortunately, did not respect her. They left the place decay, unclean, and stole musical instrument from her and this and that. She got fed up with all the people coming, and I took over the lease.
Sí.
And when I took over the lease, I changed the whole scene. I paint all the rooms and also create a little cubby house in the backyard and so on, and also a place where to meet ourselves. A place of 4 meter by 4 meter. We created sort of the roofing and the sort of and the flooring and 3 walls, back wall and 2 walls on the side. That's all. and the hall opening there for people to sit down. They asked me and why I created, because I rented out the rooms. They rented out the room to backpackers and people coming up, people who don't have where to live and so on.
Sí.
But I was very strict in the sense I don't want to take any drug here, no alcohol here, and anybody who living here with me had to do some spiritual practice. I don't know whether you're Jewish, you're Muslim, you're Christian, doesn't really matter to me, whether you're Buddhist or whatever. But you do some spiritual practice, and once a week we converse, we have a conversation in this 4x4 place. And I did that for a couple of years, and so people come from India, people come from Switzerland, and Germany, French, all different people. And
Yes.
I rent the rooms, and so the renting the room helped me to pay the whole house itself.
Yes,
so
yes.
always very smart about how to live.
Well, it's an amazing little sanctuary to create.
Yeah. So it was very beautiful time from 1991 up to 96.
Oh, yeah.
Till I got myself, with a single mother. And then she was having a little boy called Sage. He was only 1 year old when I met her. And then I have a child with her. And now this child is not 30-year-old already. And he has twins. He has 2 girls. And I probably like to visit him maybe next weekend. Not this weekend because I'm busy with something else.
Sí.
But that beautiful part of the story of that house, because in that house, I blossom myself and also create a very good energy with the people living with me. Some of the people who were in those moments arriving to Byron Bay, they are now naturopaths, yoga teachers, and many other activities.
Beautiful.
All owing to the fact that they have an initial platform how to keep evolving as a human being, because that was my interest for everybody living with me.
Yes.
Yeah? I'm not a teacher, not a guru, not anything like that, but I like to live, to show by example, how to live by example, instead to create that I have to direct people's life. I can't direct anybody else's life.
No,
Everybody is responsible for their own life and their own actions. Yeah?
Sí.
So,
And also, no matter how much you bang your head against the wall trying to tell people, if they're not ready to change something, there's not going to be any change.
Exactly. That's correct. Absolutely correct. Yeah. So if somebody had to be pulling a wheelbarrow uphill, but they are standing next to the wheelbarrow, I'm not going to help. But
Sí.
if they are pulling the wheelbarrow, then I can help.
Sí.
So they had to be doing an effort to pull the wheelbarrow uphill, yeah?
Yes.
Not to be looking at it, waiting for somebody to do it.
That's true. That's true. And expecting others to also be able, you know how people think that some people think manifestation is just dreaming, imagining about it. And
That's correct,
if it doesn't have the action that speaks louder than the imagination, there's no point manifesting.
It's like living in a dream, you cannot realize the truth through a dream.
Sí.
Dream is very interesting because you might have a vision in the dream, but at the same token, then you have to realize whatever you are dreaming.
Sí. Yeah.
And this is why there is certain book who somehow it give a lot of us understanding.
Sí. And
Yeah.
what was your first time arriving in Australia in terms of language wise? Did you already speak English? Were you just Spanish? How did that experience? I would love to hear. But also back in those days, what did you misunderstand in English?
1991, the plane landed.
Sí.
Go to a custom,
Sí.
and they say, "What's your name, sir?" What? And I started to laugh. Sir, this is very serious. You have to tell me. No idea. I don't know what you're talking about. And my wife, who somehow at that time speak a bit of French, started speaking in French.
This is so cool.
The custom, they give up and they call some interpreter or somebody. But my children were only 2 years old and so on. They took us as migrants and to Pillawood. And Pillawood was a place they call, they was like ovens, and corrugated iron sort of a housing that you
Oh,
burn yourself inside in summertime. You cook yourself inside.
like a
So,
shed, yeah.
yeah.
Oh,
So after 6 months, and somehow we asked for a replacement, and they put us in a home unit and in Unisdale.
see,
So I moved to Unisdale with the family and so on. That was good. It was a house this time, and we stayed for a few years there until I got myself a work. I started to do work because I did not have a profession as such, but I learned on the side. So I working with Italian doing wrought iron and gates and fencing and all this thing.
yes.
So I learned from them, and then for a family of Australian, I learned to do a fencing contracting job
Ah, see,
and the cyclone fencing. So I became a contractor myself when I learned how to have my utility, my welding machine, where to buy the material. I picked up everything what the Clark family, father and son, were doing. So I'm very smart. I follow them what they are doing, where they are getting the material. So I start doing exactly the same,
oh
and
wow,
then I start working myself in my arm. So that's the story how the early years of my life as a contractor, and then I started doing sort of a job with a very important job that I did for the Electricity Commission in Mona Vale. And I did a fencing more than 600, maybe 1,000 meters of fencing all around the place that they want to develop there.
see,
So all this thing it create a very good income for me to be able to educate my children
see,
in private school. So I moved to Gulara, then Vaucluse, where the money is. Vaucluse and Gulara. Gulara is a very beautiful place. I have 10 years of housing there, that the full house for myself and my children there. We had the Cooper Park just
yes,
in the backyard, and I created the different levels to go to the Cooper Park a garden for have a ground sort of vegetables and this and that. And then at the other level down, I create oven, a brick oven and
see,
so on, mud oven, and I do around pizzas and all these
see.
things. So I have been very sort of self-reliance,
Self-sufficient as well.
self-sufficient myself in my life. I and this come about because I do have the experimentation myself and of being Boy Scout. I was Boy Scout when I was 7 years old, up to the age of 17. So when you are a Boy Scout, you learn how to survive
Yes,
in this planet.
see,
The only thing you need is a lighter and a knife, and then you create everything you want to create in a situation of being in the bush.
the willingness to do it.
The willingness to do so things and so on. You create your own shelter, your own things, and so on. That's a quite sort of interesting sort of experimentation with being a Boy Scout. So this still exists in myself. Even now, I have a beautiful tent, which is in my storage area here
See,
in the industrial estate. And a little sort of a camper, sort of stove and so on, waiting for me when I have some estate time and for myself. It disappears somewhere, to be in my own. Yeah,
yeah,
I learned how to be in my own. And one of the reasons why I like to emphasize how to be yourself in your own quiet, because if you have a disagreement to whatever you're thinking, you always win because you are the one who creating the disagreement, so you can agree again, to
it's
yourself.
so
So
true.
learning how to be with yourself is a must. Is a must in our evolution, because at the end of the day, you cannot be dying with somebody else. You have to die yourself in your own, because you have been born on your own. Even
Yes,
even you are twin, still the twin have to be separated in many ways.
yes,
So that's the story. The twins I got myself, the boy, at the moment is in Sydney,
see,
because I educate very well, has a very good friends in the early years, and now he has a very good position in British Airways. So somehow I'm very happy with that. Travel all over the world,
Yes.
And also his son, he have a son, which is Luca. He's 18-year-old now. It was his birthday only a few weeks ago. And this boy is already driving an aeroplane.
Oh,
He's
a
he's a
pilot.
pilot at the age of 18.
Fantastic.
I can't believe myself when I saw him flying on in the sort of a picture they sent me. Yeah? So
Is he commercial pilot or?
no. It's just only my son is not pilot. His son is the one who's learning pilot. My son is only working in the British Airways doing the management of the suppliers or all the things that you eat in an aeroplane. Anything that is supplying to the aeroplane for traveling. So he go to all different countries to organize all the products that they had to be analyzed and so on.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, so it's a very important sort of job.
Very.
I'm very happy with him. I'm very proud of him too. And he is the boy who came to India with me when he was 7-year-old. I took him to India. So, and I sent him to America too when he was 12-year-old. So somehow it's, in my life I have been always providing the possibility for them to have an experience on life.
Mm-hmm.
So I was very proud when my son, his name is Gonzalo, once he mentioned to me, he sent me a letter. He said, "Oh, Dad, I'm so grateful. You give me childhood, the best childhood I can think of." It touched my heart, to be honest with you. It touched my heart.
That's so nice.
So that's very beautiful. My daughter was a different way too. She married too young, and the first husband died, and when she was only 30-year-old. She married again, but she pursued a career of nursing. She is very highly qualified nursing, and then she married another nurse. But very unfortunately, last year he was doing a volunteer work with a Buddhist group in Tasmania, and he was cutting a tree that it was dangerously going to fall into a house of the Buddhist people. So he cut the tree and unfortunately mismanaged or miscalculate the falling of the tree, and the tree fall on him. Actually, the tree killed him. So it was happened last year, 1 year ago. So this year I am very excited to spend a few days with my daughter, coming for 5 days. She already booked accommodation, so I'm going to go to pick her to the airport and in the Gold Coast.
It'd be a nice family time to spend together.
Yeah, and to have with a bit of luck, my son might come too, which I'm very happy he make an effort to fly here, which he possibly would. He is in Australia because he travel all the time to different countries.
And do you travel a lot as well in those early days?
In the early days, I went to India several times with them when they were little. So I showed them, how other countries live and so on. And then I sent my wife first alone, her and her own, to spend time in Miami, in America. And then I joined her, maybe 4 weeks later, I joined her with the kids in Miami. And then we drove from Miami with a big car up to New York State, Boston, and so on. And it was a very beautiful experience for us to driving in America.
So you were just on holidays in America?
Yeah, that was on a holiday time. I have been always self-employed. I never support any sort of any boss.
Yes, you're boss to yourself. Yeah, the only boss is the
only boss is out there. At the moment, you are my. At the moment, you are my boss.
I think. I admire. So equally, we are bosses to each other because of your intensive, amazing life experience as well, that I can never force myself to be as wise as you are. And I have a lot of respect for you. And so for you to call me a boss, it's of course it's an honor, but I wouldn't take it. I wouldn't take it because I would rather that you are the boss.
Okay. If you say so.
But the boss say you are the boss.
Whatever you say, I just think about that.
I have a lot of older friends than I am because I have a really good friend in my life
Yeah.
who is so close to me, and that's my dad. And
Beautiful.
he's 85 years old. And
He is 85.
yes, and I
He's
learned.
my age.
Yes, and I learned
Wow.
a lot from him about when he speak. I have no choice but to be quiet because he speak with a grand, like he's not even trying to be charismatic. It's just because it's the knowledge from
Knowledge.
life experience
Yeah,
that it shuts me down, and it no matter how much my ego might try to say, yeah, but I know this, I know that, but I experience things differently to yours. It bows down, the ego bows down to his wisdom. And so then from a very long time ago, I learned that after listening a lot to him, learning to listen to my dad a lot, then I learned very quickly, very early to befriend people who are older than me. I have friends my age, I have friends younger than me, but yeah, we have very limited experience still.
Yeah. Yeah,
And
that's true. Yeah.
also because the generation gaps, the like your periods went through so many different things that I have no idea what it was like.
Yeah.
And you've witnessed so many things in life. Like
Man,
I grew up thinking in my childhood thinking that war was in the past.
Yeah. Yes, exactly. Yeah.
And it's not. War still.
They're happening
It's
now.
getting worse and worse than what I.
In the present moment, the
See.
people being dead, there's a machine gun or whatever, or bombing,
Everywhere.
So, yeah, I totally agree with what you're saying, and that certainly, the world is in disarray. Humankind is not very kind with human.
It's true.
Humankind is not very kind with humans.
Human. And we
The
are
way they
we
treat
are-
themselves.
And we are only really mean to each other because we are so possessed by the inability to actually be kind to our own self, and we're just so possessed by jealousy, by dreaming to be somebody else that we don't actually want to work for it
No.
to be that.
There is two things which are very unfortunately happen in societies. One is greediness, to be greedy, to wanted to have more, instead to be more human. They become more possessive, let's say. So somehow the new generation understand the possession are saying to possess, but not to become part of this possession. Otherwise, the possession are all owning you. So when the people understand that, okay, I have a new phone, but it had to stop saying it's my phone. It's a phone. It's a phone. That's
That's
it.
true.
Call
See.
it what it calls.
See.
Yeah, but no, it's a phone.
See,
When you start saying they mine, this is mine, that the mine.
yours. Yeah.
So what is you? You have been born, you're naked, and you're going to die naked. What the heck?
That's-
What the heck?
It's
So wisdom comes to the application of the right understanding. Is I want to stay in my life. I want to become a yogi, a monk. When I met Muktananda and so on, I said he was converting many people, hundreds of people there. Awakening of Kundalini was very powerful in his presence. And when he awakened me, I want to become, So I went to India several times to follow him. I went to America. He has also an ashram in America. So when he died, for me, it was desperate. I cried for days, hours, because he was everything for me. He was like my father, the father I never have. He was like my mother. He was like everything that I was needing in my life, because my mother was a single mother too. So my grandfather and my grandmother were the one who brought me up, So I never had this sort of a good luck of having a father next to me. I never met my biological father. My mother got married, and then I met, I have a stepfather myself. But that was hard time even when I was a child because I wasn't his child. He treated me very badly. Yeah, but he has two boys and a girl, which is my brother and sister. So somehow I was lacking always this sort of a father figure in my life, you know. And so Muktananda was everything from the awakening point of view. He awakened me my consciousness about self, my inner self. And before he died, the year 1982, I was in India with him. He died a few months later after I saw him. And the departing time, I asked for a spiritual name, and he gave the name Jaimini. And but one thing, he looked at me and he said, meditate, meditate, meditate. And that's the thing which is driving me nowadays. No? Meditate, meditate, and meditate. If we want to be in touch with God, we have to go looking inside, go look into the inner self, the higher self, because this self is going to be with you for the rest of your life. The more you know about the inner self, somehow you are in touch with the God principles. So it's a very important thing that to love yourself. He told me very clear, kneel to yourself, bow to yourself, respect yourself. And that's the thing I do. And that's what I try to convey to other people. Love yourself, love yourself, respect yourself. Because the high is good, it's inside you, as you, not as somebody else. Yeah.
Wow, what an experience!
Absolutely.
This testify to how you choose to be, because even though you were badly treated
Yeah.
by your stepfather, look at the father you become for your children.
Yeah, there you are. Exactly. Yeah.
It's amazing because it's a choice, self-love,
Yeah.
choosing to love yourself. Then you can love those who
Yeah, totally and
who
fully.
you
Yeah.
have in your world.
Yeah. Somehow life is an adventure, but as I said, it's a choice that we do in life. I had many things wrong in my life, and in business I failed several times. I went bankrupt and so on, all the things. But you get up again. You fall and you get up again. You fall and you get up again. That's the thing I learned from this master, this teacher. Yeah. I learned that there is a hole in the ground, and that you go into this street and you fall in the hole, and you're lucky enough to go out of the hole. Then the next thing you change the street. You don't go to the same street.
See, it's true.
Otherwise, you keep on falling in the hole, in the same
Learn from
hole.
mistakes.
Yeah.
Oh wow! And how do you think when you start the Byron Temple creations with Paul, how did that period? Or did you say for 6 years that you did? Was it for how many years was it?
They set up the place for 15 years.
Oh, 15 years.
Yeah.
Okay.
And unfortunately, Paul sold the property and then become
Yes.
a nursery or something like that.
No, it becomes some. Yeah, I think I don't know, some
child care or
Christian-
something.
is it some Christian something, or maybe not.
Yeah, some Christian, but it might be some Christian because they took all the
They take all
the Buddhist,
the Buddha statues,
yeah,
and
everything was taken
they
away.
donated all to the op shop, and
I think they did, yeah.
it was a beautiful place, Byron Temple. It was an iconic, one of the iconic space in Byron.
Yeah, it was absolutely beautiful. The amount of people, the invitation, we have so many sort of teachers and speakers and so on.
And in that time of experience of living there at Byron Temples, and also being involved in a yoga and meditations experience, and what was the best lesson you learned from your interaction with people? Because a lot of people come and go over there. I remember I went to some of the afternoon meditations once a week where you put coin donations.
Yes, yes.
And I would basically fall asleep because there is the
With the balls.
the crystal balls, and the very healing sound. And it's a friend of mine who just loved to go with me. So I would just walk there. I mean, that's just across the road from me.
Yeah.
I would walk there. 10 minutes walk if I walk really slow, otherwise 3 minutes walk. By the time I'm there, it was just really fantastic because I never did meditation. Lie down on the floor. The next thing, I'm asleep. Like like asleep. No,
Yes.
I know I wasn't asleep, but in a trance.
Yeah, you are in a trance. You are in
Yes.
another dimension.
Yes,
That
a
one
very
happened.
different dimension.
Yeah.
You know, like somehow I knew what was happening.
Yeah.
I hear when people come in, and we're already meditating. People walking. I hear the footsteps, but I knew I was like paralyzed, couldn't do anything.
Like you are out of your body.
And yeah, also because I'm not panicking, I'm enjoying being in that trance,
Yeah.
even though I know what's happening around me. But I became careless.
Yeah. Well, I can assure you, my friend, that I witnessed myself people coming there for the first time and walking into the yurt and bursting into tears.
Oh wow!
Bursting into tears. Yeah. And this is through the story of the power that's created with the crystal, actually the activities that we were running there, the meditation and all this, the astrology. There used to be astrology there every week, every or second week, with Barish, which unfortunately now is deceased. And somehow it was very important point of for any individual to go there for any purpose, whether it's chanting, meditation, or astrology, or knowledge of any kind, or any other teacher, to evolve, to heal all the problem that we have in our own sort of minds or in our bodies and so on. People cure themselves. Like, now many cases the people have cured themselves of many dolences, many sort of pains they have in their bodies, only for just being present and the energetically vibrational sort of power that there is, it was there in Temple Byron. Nowadays, it's up to us personally to keep maintaining that vibration. How we keep on doing this? Meditation. So through meditation and doing service, like the Holy Mother, Amritananda Mai Ma, teach us anytime I go to India myself, spend time with her there. They think that they learn is just to do service. Do some sort of they call seva. So you go to the kitchen and they give you a knife and the thing you start chopping up veggies and so on. They have 1 hour there, do boom, boom, boom. The following hour or 2 hours, you have a beautiful meal, free. You don't have to pay anything for it and so on. So it's very beautiful to be in an ashram like that. And then you sit down and you meditate and Amma came and chant, beautiful chanting. So this is why I always recommend, chanting, meditation, service. This is why myself, only a few weeks ago, I was given by the State Emergency Service a medal for 20 years of service.
Yes, because actually that's one thing I wanted to ask. How long have you been doing the joining the firefighting?
20 years.
20 years.
20
wow.
years. It was a recognition given in the Lismore sort of, and the University of Southern Cross University. We were around 100 people there.
That's
and
beautiful.
they called me out, the Nimbin, Malambimbi crew, there were 4 or 5 of us,
See.
and they gave the medal and the sort of the certificate of 20 years of service to state emergency services.
Wow.
So this kind of saying that to practice what we learn. We have to practice what we learn. If we learn that service is important, then you do it. And I learned myself, even with money. There is a lady sleeping up in the top of the bank here in Byron Town, and I feel very sorry for her. I see many times, a few months ago, and she living there only with a little blanket or something, and sleeping in the entrance. And then I can see that she wasn't eating much or anything, and I give some money. I give some $50, Anytime I saw her there, I give $50. I share even the money of my sort of simple sort of pension money. Why I give it? Because in giving you're receiving. In giving there is grace as much as in receiving. So the person who receives get the benefit. The person who give also got the benefit. Grace is there in anywhere, receiving or giving. So that exactly. So it's an important thing to remember,
See.
It's not in having. I know many people who have a lot and don't give anything, But that won't happen with the personal, individual sort of I would say, personality, no? That they have the different upbringing.
The act of living in abundance.
Yeah, basically that's what it is. There is more power in giving than in receiving, but there is also grace in receiving. You have to learn how to receive. You know?
Well, that's what love is. I think love doesn't take; it gives.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. Very
Well,
much.
I don't think that I feel it. I know it that way. If I have to think it, I will doubt it. I only know it that way. And oh wow, it's so wonderful to talk to you. Have you ever been to Rainbow Temple?
To which temple?
Rainbow Temple.
Oh,
The one in Rosebank.
Yeah, with the Rambo guy.
Yes.
Yeah, for a long time. I have not been there for a long time.
Um,
Maybe a couple of years, 3 years, 4 years.
yeah.
I have not been there.
I just read in the Echo the other day, a friend came here and said, "Have you heard about your friend Guy?" I say, "No, the Rainbow Temple guy." And they say he had an accident. It was in the Echo, in the local newspaper. He has an accident and so many things broken.
No, I haven't heard that.
Apparently in Uncle Tom, somewhere near Uncle Tom in Malam.
Yeah.
I'm not sure whether his car collided or maybe he just got hit by a car.
How long
or
ago
something.
this happened?
The echo was just from last week.
Oh, last week.
Yeah, so it's very recently.
Oh.
And I haven't been able to reach him. I guess he went into coma. I read in the Echo, so I went to read the newspaper, and he was in coma for a few days, and lucky to to sort of kind of still be alive. He's still alive, so he's one of the iconic locals
Personality,
like
yeah,
you.
he's a very
Contribute
good-
so much to the community as well. Always making space, like you.
Oh,
a
yeah, I remember
sanctuary
very
for
clear.
other people.
In the early years, that if you don't have where to stay, you go there and you have a place where to stay and something to eat
and
so on.
food and and I mean it's when I go into the bush land, I go there. It's my second home. I can sleep there without even saying, "Oh, can I come?" I just go and very beautiful. I like this.
Yeah, many people are having very bad time with their health at the moment. My friend, the person who brought the Holy Mother to Australia in 1991 up to 1995, and it was Campbell McKellar. And Campbell McKellar used to be the owner of the Epicenter.
Wow, that's right.
So the Epicenter was a place where we celebrate life and many other things. There was a place where many artists were living in, music and so many things where people, artists, painters, sculpture.
Yes.
So it was a center of creativity at that time in Byron Bay and Belongil.
No longer exists though.
I live myself in a caravan too. I put my caravan there and living there for a period of time too. But I did not participate in the work that at that time Rainbow was coming to himself, wanted to create something there. But then at that time also he was able to create his temple himself up in the
hinterlands, in
in
Rosebank.
the hinterland, Rosebank. So to cut the story short about that, this McKellar, the reason why I remember him, because he had a stroke only recently, maybe 2 weeks ago.
Oh,
so I have offered my help and so on. He needed somebody to drive him to Malambim. I did and so on. We are very good friends for many years.
yeah.
But his brother also, Lachlan McKellar, who live in the Bangalore area, also have a coma. He fall into a coma, and luckily he was able to come out of the coma after 1 week, 2 weeks, or something like that.
Wow.
Now he's recovering. Now this is the people who are millionaires. Millionaires. I'm talking about millionaire because they sold a property of the sister of the McKellar, was Trina, and they sold the property in Warragos Beach. And Warragos is a big, expensive location to have property.
Of course.
And so they sold the property for several $1 million. I don't remember. I don't know how many million, but it was something that, in my view, it could be good for the children of Trina. Trina died of cancer to the lung for the sort of smoking. Trina McKellar. He used to be my friend too. She was also meeting Amma many years ago when Amma visited Victoria.
See.
So yeah, we have a very long standing connection. I have this connection with many people, either in Sydney or here in Byron Bay. In Sydney, I been living in the place called Lara. I used to have a neighbor and one block away. He was an Australian painter, very well known. His name is Charles Blackman. He died a few years ago too, by alcohol, too much alcohol, and so on. I remember used to getting drunk with him, after doing some job and this. But I have a very sort of I would say, a kind of a history or stories, or very colorful,
Yes,
colorful
journey.
people a journey, a very colorful journey, and meeting great personalities,
Yes.
and in my life,
And that was the beautiful thing with Byron
Yeah.
as well. In those days, everyone blends with everybody.
Absolutely.
There's no matter how rich you are and how artistic you are, the scenery, it was a huge, strong community.
Yeah.
And I mean, even up to the early 2000s,
Yeah.
it was still very beautiful and
Yeah,
strong.
yeah.
Everyone knows it. I remember being in a, like up, even up until before COVID.
Yeah.
We would, I mean, just to walk from the main beach to Fundy's,
Yeah.
it takes 30 minutes and it's supposed to be 3 minutes walk because
Yeah.
every three step you stop to greet and speak.
Yeah, exactly.
To everyone knows everyone.
And the early year was so beautiful. You would sit down there in the main beach, there in the grass, and
Yeah.
and people
Such
come
a
and
grassroots.
the fiddles and the hippies and
Yes.
so on, put some music and start playing music,
Yes.
drum and so on, or guitar. And it's such
You
a-
remember people were handing over stickers with the smiley stickers,
Oh,
free
yeah.
hugs,
Yeah.
people standing. I miss this guy. Mr. Beautiful goes around with his Hawaiian flowers,
Yeah.
holding people, men and women,
Yeah.
no matter what age, and tell them they're beautiful. These personalities, these characters,
Yeah.
I always think without any of these
Absolutely, yeah.
here, Byron wouldn't be Byron.
No, certainly not.
Certainly not. And of course, certainly the art. The art is an amazing foundation that holds the community together.
Francesca, the most important thing I find out myself lately, we have to keep on practicing and giving. Every market, farmers market myself, I always 2 or 3 sort of a bunch of flower, and I give it. I give the bunch of flower
Bellissimo.
to the girls in family, to the girls in the Commonwealth Bank,
See?
to the people in post office. I give them a bunch of flowers,
Oh.
because we have to keep on giving the flowers when we are alive.
Yeah.
When we are not here, you cannot give it and they cannot receive it.
Yeah, that's so true. I'm happy to hear that you're still doing that, because just before you mentioned, I was thinking as well that there were a lot of people who were giving flowers in Byron. So many
Yeah, it
different
was quite
kinds. We
natural.
walk around naturally
Yeah.
with flowers, and I remember I get given so many flowers.
Yeah.
In one day, I could get given three different peoples, or to five, up to
Yeah.
5 different peoples.
Yeah.
Maybe just one little frangipani. So my hair is always
George was one of them. George.
George.
Yeah, George.
Yes. Oh,
I
my
always giving flowers. This,
Yeah. And
so beautiful. You go to the pub, have a beer, and they give him flowers.
it's one of the funniest flowers I've ever received in Byron.
Yeah.
It was this beautiful gent, but I don't ever remember his name, because I don't think we even ever introduced each other. He goes around giving flowers, and it's frangipanis. And
Frangipanis, yeah,
and
yeah.
they smell so beautiful.
Beautiful, yeah.
So
It
natural
remind me of Tahiti.
yeah, natural perfumes. And he's so sweet. He would say, "Smell it, darling, smell it," because he smokes. All you smell is the cigarette. And I was like, "Oh, darling, it doesn't smell so good." It's like, "What's wrong with it?" It's like, "It's a cigarette." I smell cigarette. Oh, I'm sorry. It's a funny every single time. And he kind of. I haven't seen him for a long time, and he would always forget my name.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, darling, what was your name again? Francesca. Like, yeah, that's right, Francesca. Here is the flower. Smell it. Every time I get different kind of frangipani. There's pink colors, sort of purpley reddies. I got white ones. It's a beautiful time, and what is the experience now compared to before being in Byron?
Well,
Long time local.
the spirit of Byron still is there.
See.
Because this never died. The soul itself, I remember the early year myself also how beautiful it is for New Year's Eve.
Oh,
Getting together up in the main beach and set
Yes.
up, the platform and this the track with people there and then create a parade and all this thing. And I remember myself dressing up a lot, different sort of color or whatever, and then doing the parade in the main road, with the music and so on, and dancing like anything. I had some picture which are very funny picture myself, but with shorties,
By naked bike rides.
Yeah, oh, this another one, yeah.
And Samba Blista.
Samba
my
Blista.
goodness. Samba Blista was a big culture of Byron.
Absolutely, a big number. That was a big number.
That was a big number.
So if you ask me what is missing Byron, is to create a kind of a hub or a group of people dedicated to organize event of this nature. Not the council only, because the council had not the mind
so many regulations.
No. Okay, my darling, you brought me very much memories of my early years in Byron Bay.
Well, but these are also beautiful memories that people ask me quite a lot about how did the drum circle start, blah 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 blah. So many things, and I say there are a lot more iconic people that's been here way longer than I am. And so they ask me about the changes, and I tell them, and I for one thing that I notice, yes, some shops that I remember being iconic, like Three Walls, is gone, and Bay Leaf used to be just a small little cafe, and now it's extend. There are like the main street of the main Johnson Street, the original bus station. That's an iconic space in its own, because that's an international meeting point and departing point for departing and arriving right in the center of Byron. Just that ambience alone is already gone.
That's gone.
That's gone. Well, the function of the Byron Environmental Center, the little
the original one.
It's moved to near the Commonwealth. Now used to be a Byronian cafe.
The Byronian,
So just the Byron Community Center alone, it's not open like before.
No.
Where John Lazarus used to be there all the time, but very, very frequently. And then you could go and seek for information. And we have like just little organizations of these smart people, like arranging, okay, there is something happening in the world. Let's organize a community to get together, sing, different artists go and sing. Nobody gets paid, but everyone like happy to volunteer, to contribute and go singing in protest of a war, in protest of a non-organic push towards our food and that kind of these kind of things. I don't really see that anymore.
No, it's not anymore, and somehow new regulation, new law. The busker had to have a license, otherwise they cannot do busking and this and that. So, and in the past, it used to be very natural thing. You didn't have to pay anything. You just go and play. That's how make people happy. But somehow it changed according to regulation, according to the people. Some shop owner didn't like to have the basket near the shops. And so on and so forth. There is too much likes and dislikes in some people. But the thing that I personally myself, in Belongil, next to the house of Fastback, used to have a house there, opposite the tree house. I used a piece of land, empty land. I used to have my horse. I used to have a horse myself. And I ride my horse from the Belongil scene up to the main beach, by the beach, and then I go to the beach hotel pub and I put my horse in the non-standing zone. There was a non-standing shade, sort of a post, So I tied the horse there and I had to have a beer.
It's so good.
And then when I got a little, I got mount the horse and I got boom, boom, boom.
That is such a great experience.
That I did myself several times for a couple of years. I have my horse there.
Oh, wow.
And then I put the horse on the property of the McKellar property up in Magadian Lanes. You have a
Magadigan
huge land there. And my friend Campbell, when they sold the property, was very happy because I now create a very nice place in Mayocum, which is a place that when the sort of disciple of Amma came, they stayed in his place. But in the past, Amma used to be also in his place in Magadian Lane before he sold the property.
Yes.
So I remember very clearly that it was a very hectic time because we had to set up the whole setup in the epicenter for the big programs, plus the cooking and all the scene for the people and so on, and then to take Amma, to the house in Magadian, bring her down, do the talk and so on. But it was very hectic time for a week, totally immersed in the energy of Amma. So for me, Amma is saved me on many, many things. I was doing a mistake in sort of transactions in my company that I have in Sydney. And I said to her that I did something wrong and so on. And she said to me, don't worry, I will take care of son. Because I was crying for the mistake I was doing there for misappropriation of funds of the big insurance company. And somehow, that part of my sort of a dark side of myself in the early year when I was doing that. And she said, don't worry, you pay your debts and everything will be okay. And that's what I did. So I didn't have to spend too much long in jail or anything because somehow it was clear that she was helping me in not falling down the hole.
The hole, yeah.
This is why we have a life very sort of up and down until you find a balance. Instead to go down, you just go in the middle. Instead to go too high, you go back again. Because when you are too high, the ego take care. I'm so good, I'm the best. This is a lot of bullshit. We are not the best. I am not less than anybody, but I am not more than anybody. This is my philosophy nowadays. I am not more than anybody, neither I am less than anybody.
That's so beautiful. My dad said something really like makes me remember. He said many years ago, he said, never look up to anybody, never look down on anybody.
That's perfect.
And I think it's the same thing.
Yeah, that's perfect.
I'm no more, no less. I'm just me. It's just
I drink to that.
No good. Cheers, my dear.
I drink to that.
This is so wonderful to run through memory lane. What do you think of the Byron Sunday markets? Because we used to have that beautiful space behind the police station, and I thought that was the best spot for Sunday markets because we do drumming circle at 3:00. The market closed at 2:30, and it changed so much since that's been removed from.
It changed so much because I remember the farm market only once a month market, and that not the farmers only, but only the monthly markets. And the monthly markets, I remember very clearly that we used to play the drums up in the beach and so on. There is no more drumming or anything.
Well, what happened? I mean, the drumming. I'm still making the effort to go to on a sunny days like this. I text a few friends that they're like committed to playing with me. Committed to playing with me. Yeah, I would text them. We go to the main beach. So I'm trying to, a friend of mine, one friend who solidly is committed now. A few weeks ago, we agreed that we're going to do it every Saturday on a good day, provided that it's rain. We can't do it because, damage the skins.
Yeah.
So every Saturday, we can meet at the spot with the useful drumming circle by the beach.
Up on the rocks, yeah.
Up on the rocks, yeah.
In front of the
See.
And the wrecks, in front of the wrecks.
Opposite the fish heads, of course. And because my friend Wawande, one of the founders, he passed away years ago. The guy with the hat that always plays.
Yeah.
We kind of have we have many years of working so hard to establish the beach drumming circle at Sunset. It was really hard years.
I've never been to the Brunswick one.
Oh, it's fantastic.
Yeah.
Every Sundays that's not raining, it's beautiful because they bring fire thrillers and the people doing yoga. So you have amazing people who are like on top of each other, flipping the person, professional yogis.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
What day of the week?
On a Sunday, every Sunday. So now that is winter time, so from 3:30 we'd be starting, and when it's not a good weather, we go under the community center and just jam. Some of the drum circle people are playing drum, and then there's guitarists, there's bassists, trumpet players, clarinets.
This is in Brunswick.
Yes, yes. We go under the little roof. And then
the little room, which is opposite the fish place.
Opposite the surf club.
The surf club.
We are over there.
Jamini, on the other side of the bridge.
On the other side of the bridge. So you have to go all the way to the other end.
Yeah, beautiful.
Yeah. And we hold it there.
I might go one day.
This Sunday, if it's sunny, we'll do the drum circle. But before we proceed with the drum circle, we usually jam first under the community center, and then we'll move. It's a small jam, but it's really nice. To sort of nice get together because we are regular people. We've known each other for over 20 years. Some of us from the original drumming circle. And then so we kind of still stay very devoted.
I remember the guy who died. Who had this.
Wawan is his name. He was his background was from theatrical. He was an actor. And. He and I talked a lot about how to establish it. So we worked so hard. We would drive. You have no idea. We would drive to Yukai, to Nimbin, to the markets, just to play the drum, so people could ask where else you do it, and then we say, come to the Sunset in Byron.
To create
every single day by 4:30, we are there. He picks me up. We both drum. We just started, just the two of us, and then always bring the cowbell. And we always say, people are we're like part of the animal kingdom. We're like cows. You use the cowbell, everybody comes. So
I like to be the horse.
The horse is a very grounded, powerful animal. Doesn't listen. The horse commands.
Sagittarius, half a man, half a horse.
You are.
I am Sagittarius.
Oh la la! Amazing! Wow. Oh yes. Can you tell me about this zodiac stuff? Because I don't understand much, but I'm fascinated because it's an old ancient thing.
What's your sign?
What do you think? This
Leo.
Sí. Yo soy Leo. Oh my God, that's a great guess, my
dear. My witness are Leo because I did have my last lover was a Leo too.
Oh my dear. I am a Leo, yeah. Leo.
And I fell in love with a South African blonde who was a Leo.
Oh, Madonna Santa. Wow.
I can't believe it.
I know, that's so funny.
You're a Leo. It's funny, we know each other so long, but we don't know each other's sign.
Yeah, but this is the wonderful thing.
Absolutely.
It's
a divine connection.
Oh yeah, it's meant to be. I have a beautiful friends who listen to the podcast, and we had a conversation. A few of them called and said, Francesca, I love going because frequently come up on Spotify. Some of them listen on other podcasts like Apple Podcast, and some of them watch them on YouTube. And they say, I love how I watch this or I listen to this. And I have no idea. I thought I know them, but then they say things on the podcast like, "Oh, that's a completely different life." That
Yeah.
I thought I know my friends, but I don't until they say things on your podcast. And I say, "Yeah, but this is the thing that someone's life story is always important to somebody else."
Yeah, exactly.
and
That's
and
true.
and also because I became very aware that whoever comes and have a conversation with me, they know it's not a famous platform, so they don't come here to be famous. They come here just to share a story, and it's a really positive, profound experience. And one way or another, someone's learning something
Yeah.
from my friend's experience, and I learn a lot. I learn a lot as
Yeah,
well,
yeah.
just for the fact that
Just for listening to it, there's a kind of
yes,
it's a source.
see,
It's a source of understanding and knowledge. This is very important to learn how to listen to, This is why I like to help myself, all people also. I don't consider myself old yet, but somehow I need to hear some older how their life is going, because somehow it's very beautiful to listen to them.
yes,
They also have beautiful stories,
yes. Well, I met one beautiful man one time at the old Byron bus station in Johnson Street. Every time I walk past, he's there. And he sits alone. He was 90s, in his 90s, I think, and he had Parkinson. And he always shakes, and he always wanted to chat with me without knowing my name. And one time he asked me for my address. I gave him the address, and I thought, what are the chances he's not going to come and visit me anyway? Because he was in a nursing home. And so, and he always invited me to go to visit him at the nursing home, though I never made it. For many years we interacted there, and one day he wrote me a letter. It arrives at my address, and the words are so squiggly, so
wiggly,
squiggly. And I read it, He's telling a story that nobody ever believed him. He said that in that story, and I have that letter until today. And I have his name.
God
I have
bless. God
yeah.
bless,
And he said, "This is a story nobody ever wanted to believe me my whole life." And I'm writing to you because of all the conversation that we've had.
Because he
And
felt that you would believe it.
well,
of
we
you.
we always sit down with each other for about 20 minutes, sometimes half an hour, sometimes 45 minutes, and I just listen to him, and I really have a profound memories of him, and I think he's one of the people. And without these memories that I made with him, I wouldn't have the relationship with Byron that I come to embrace
Yeah.
now. Because yes, I have beautiful relationship with nature. I build my relationship with nature,
Yeah.
but
Okay.
also the human side of it. Without the connection
Well,
to
that the connection is
to
the most
people,
valuable, very valuable. It's an important connection, It
yeah,
has a
because I mean,
tremendous, it's a very important thing to be able to relate to the thing that it moves your feelings,
yes,
because obviously it's moving your feelings,
yes,
To feel the feelings is something very difficult to do in a society who's in a hurry. People who are in a hurry, they don't have the time to, hey, go inside a living
yeah,
and listen.
yes.
I'm listening to you, and I'm very happy to find out that you're a Leo, you're organizing, you're doing a podcast. I don't know what it is, a podcast.
So the podcast, anyway, we never talked about it. So the podcast is it's a storytelling style of like what we do, conversing, no map, no organizing, no filtered conversation. It's just raw, unedited, just very sincere conversation that
Sincere,
very sincere.
sincerity. Yeah.
Sincerity, yeah. And it's focused on the people of Byron, the artists, the iconic figures like you, who knows the changes in Byron, who's gone through a long journey of being
Very
Byronians.
much so.
Yes, and it's a platform that is not profitable. It's a non-profit platform, and it's just if you're an artist, you can come here and you talk about your art. talk about your creation. And so it's to seek to share the positive experience, whether it's a journey through art, through life experience, or through cultural experience.
Yeah, the culture itself is good, very beautiful by itself, you know.
See,
It's funny myself, for instance, listening to the sing that I used to, when I was in a state of happiness, I used to sing. I said, El que ganar algo quiere, algo tiene que perder, porque en esta vida breve uno debe de escoger, porque en esta vida breve uno debe de escoger. This kind of thing, it brings, you know, when I was 17 years old, also I went to Brazil, no?
See.
And in Brazil, you learn the samba, you know,
Oh,
the
yes.
Brazilian music and so on. Yeah, and there is a beautiful chant we call that you probably not knowing because of that it's quite so interesting singing,
see,
and it doesn't come out now. But it's funny that there is a Latin, Spanish one. It goes this way. Yo no le canto a la luna porque alumbra y nada más. Yo no le canto a la luna porque alumbra y nada más. Le canto porque ella sabe de mi largo trajinar. Yo no engraso los ejes, me llaman abandonado. ¿Por qué no engraso los ejes? Me llaman abandonado. Si a mí me gusta que suenen, ¿pa' qué los quiero engrasar? Si a mí me gusta que suenen, ¿pa' qué los quiero engrasar? Es demasiado aburrido seguir y seguir la huella. Es demasiado aburrido seguir y seguir la huella. Andar y andar los caminos sin nada que te entretenga. Andar y andar los caminos sin nada que te entretenga. This is a beautiful song that you are up in the highways, you know, and the wheels of your carriage, you know, because it never put any grease on it.
see, the squeaky
It's
sound.
squeaky sound, and he was very happy to listen to the squeaky sound because it was very boring not to hear anything. so very not boring anymore because it's starting to connect with the sound of the,
Yes.
of the
But when you look into the details of things, and I think we all, every individual, I don't think we have the same perceptions of things. I don't feel, I don't believe that we feel exactly the same, because we experience things through different circumstances, through different understandings, and I feel that every person who feel and see something is uniquely their way, and that comes from the fact that they perceive and observe things in details from an experience or perception that no one can see the way they do it.
It's exactly. It's oneself immersing
See.
into it, merging into it, you know, and
See.
that is the important thing. Like in the sun, you have to merge into the sun, you know,
See.
because this is somehow it has a profound effect between you and the outside world. No, it's connecting vibrationally also the feelings, you know.
See.
This is why that Garota de Ipanema, the chanting, you know, of Ipanema.
Isn't that one of the most amazing songs
Absolutely.
ever written? I feel, you know, honestly, when I sing that song, or when I want to hear the beautiful voices of famous artists singing that song, when I listen to other people singing that song, other artists, I feel like I want to be that girl from Ipanema because I'm a mulata, so like I fit in. You know, you want to feel that presence of, because it's telling a story of a beautiful existence of
Yeah.
a woman, a beautiful woman. I call a girl, but my God, it's like more like a young woman that you, everyone, all ages would just adore. When I listen to that song, I feel like even kids.
Yeah.
I put myself as a little kid
Yeah.
looking at her walking past in adoration of her.
Yeah.
This song is so beautifully
Yeah,
written.
absolutely. No, absolutely. I'm telling you, when I went to Brazil myself, and many years ago, and I went to Ipanema to experiment with Ipanema and to see the Ipanema.
How did that experience go?
Absolutely beautiful.
Oh, no
Increíble.
regret. Wow.
Oye, qué cosa más linda, más llena de gracia, es una menina que ven que pasa, su dulce balanza camino tu mar.
Oh.
Ay, porque estoy tan sozinho, ay, porque tudo acontece, a beleza que no es mía, canta de fina sozinha. Así él a su vez, cuando él la pasa, todo el mundo sonriendo, se llena de gracia, solo se balanza, camino do mar.
Ah, my God. It's so tropical. It's so, I know, it gives me goosebumps. ¿Cómo se dice en español? Chicken skin, you say, yeah, in español.
Chicken skin. Look at this.
I know, it's
I can't believe it.
amazing song. It's amazing. Some songs, have you ever listened to a song in a language you don't understand,
Yeah.
but you feel so emotional about it?
I can't believe myself having the skin, the chicken skin.
It's so good, the fun Spanish. You know, it says goosebumps in English, but I love the Spanish translation. It's so vivid. Chicken
Yeah.
skin.
Yeah.
Because that's we don't go hunting for goose or geese to cook.
No.
And this chicken is so obvious. Like we always pluck the chicken and it has this chicken skin.
Okay, my darling.
Hi. And would you like?
Thank you for giving me the opportunity.
You're very welcome.
No, you're giving me the opportunity to feel myself, to feel my roots, to feel where I am, where I'm coming from, who I am, you know. And this conversation is very deeply touching. I had to acknowledge the opportunity you are giving me. And not many people listen clearly what I have to say, but you not only hear, but also feel it. And I feel that you felt this simple music of Garota de Ipanema.
Oh, Madonna Santa, muchas gracias, amor, muchas gracias. I am very honored that you gave your time, your energy, your presence to be here, to be spending time with me, having a wonderful conversation. And of course, it's something that I can never buy with any amount of money, any amount of bribes. And I have such a beautiful
You can call it it's a priceless thing.
It's a priceless thing, absolutely. It's a priceless memory to have as well, because I'm never going to have another Jaimini in my life. The one and only.
The one and only.
Thank you.